always appreciate the coverage and the support, and I think everyone will agree it was quite a basketball game. I think really good for women's college basketball, good for the Bay Area. And I told our players when I walked in our locker room that I've never been more happy to be their coach, and the only thing that could have made me happier was if they were jumping up and down celebrating with a win. I think we're going to look at the tape and have a lot of things that we can correct, but I asked them to come in here with sort of an extra special effort. That's what you need when you're playing a number 4 team in the country, and a team that's so well coached and so well talented. And I think they gave us that extra effort today, and obviously we came up 1 possession short. But yeah, proud of our group.
All right, open it up for questions.
Lindsay, what was the plan in that final possession?
So we're 18 seconds left, down 3. And typically, philosophically, I'm more of a quick 2 and foul kind of person and extend the game. But it's not so easy to get to the rim and get quick 2s against them. I mean, obviously, I knew that Tar's game plan would be make it tough for our bigs to score, make it tough for our penetrating guards to get to the paint and hit a shot. So that being said, we thought, let's set up a play for Layshia to get a 3. She was feeling it. Let's tie the game, put the pressure on them. So the look was to get kind of a misdirection screen, but because Stanford can switch all screens, we didn't get a great look. And then I thought we did a nice job of finding Lay back in the corner again, and it just didn't go down.
All right, Coach, you guys both took the same amount of shots, but they shot 25 free throws to your 12. Would you say that's the...
You trying to bait me into
No,
getting
no.
fined or whatever?
No.
Yeah, I think that was a couple differences in the game. Everyone talked about, obviously, do we match up better with the Ogumake sisters than other people? Can we stop them? And I was concerned. We score a lot in the post. We have a lot of production. I knew it was going to be tough for us to score as well. But the main thing is we had a hard time getting those post touches, and therefore a hard time going to the free throw line. So when you look at the stat sheet, yeah, I mean they're 17 points from the free throw line, and our 7 is a pretty big differential. I thought the offensive rebounds in the first half was the other differential, but I thought we kind of evened that out in the second half.
Just spending a lot of energy at the end of regulation to
Yeah.
get into overtime. How much was that a factor at all in terms of the shots not going down in overtime? Or
I don't know. I don't think so, because I think we were a little bit re-energized. Our players were celebrating a little bit when we got that last stop. It felt like a little bit of a win, because we got that stop, and they had a chance to win the game. We didn't, so we got the stop and going to overtime. We had a really good look that first possession. I think we had 2 good looks. Brittany and Jen, they didn't go down. We didn't get a call. Maybe there was some contact there, and it kind of let them get going a little bit, and we were playing from behind. Then in that overtime, I felt like if we could just get a lead at some point, then maybe we would get a little bit of a boost.
Does Layshia have like a switch where you turn her on at the last 5 minutes of the game? It's like, the second game in a row.
I would like to talk for a second about Layshia. I think, and what I'm excited about with our team is that I think we are, in women's college basketball, it's a long season. There's emotion, and there tend to be injuries, and there tend to be fatigue, and we want to be one of those teams that is built for success in February and March. And part of that is physical with the number of players that we have, and we can go deep. And part of it is mental. We want to keep them fresh and excited and always getting better. And we've talked all year about our depth and the way that we can share the ball, and there can be a different way to score every night. But I've asked Layshia in the last 4 to 6 weeks that there are times at which you need that big-time guard. I mean, guard play wins championships, and I've asked that to be her in the times that makes sense, because she has the most versatile game. She can get to the rim, the pull-up, and the 3. And she's taken that on. She's a very unassuming personality, and I think she does it really well, that she finds her spots, and I think she understands that she needs to make big shots for us, and I love to see that. I'm proud of both of these young women up here, because I think they did exactly what we asked them to do today.
so do you feel pretty good on those two last looks? Did you coming off? Did they feel or?
The first one felt a little better, and then the second one was kind of a dribble backwards, try to get up another 3, make sure I get behind the line. So the first one it felt good, it looked good, just I think it grazed the front of the rim.
Layshia, how did it feel that last sequence, the last part of regulation time when you got really hot? I mean, they were obviously going to you. I mean, you can talk a little bit about what that was like for you.
I think basketball's a lot about momentum. Like Boyd was going in the first half, we just kept going to her, and then, other games it's Jen, other games it's Gray. So it's just, once the player gets going, we usually run plays for him, and, once you make a couple shots, the rim gets a little bigger, you start feeling more confident. So
Brittany, with about 4 minutes left in the game, you looked like you were totally gassed. What was going on?
Well, yeah, I was a little winded, and I actually got elbowed in the stomach, so when I drive to the basket, I went and assisted, but I was fine. Just a little tired.
Brittany, can you talk a little bit about your first half play? Like, you were very aggressive. You also took, the outside shot when it was available to you, floaters, just a variety of shots, just showing your whole range of game.
Mm-hmm.
Was that something that was part of the game plan coming in, or was it something that, as things became like congested inside, you took it on yourself?
Actually, it was the game plan, because Coach told us like before, like they're gonna try to stop me penetrating, and like it's gonna be a real big battle with the post. So I was just trying to make the best of what I had, and just create. That's pretty much it.
So you guys had a lot of close games against some pretty good teams this year. Do you feel like you're just almost there for that breakthrough? What do you guys need to do sort of get that next step? What do you need to do to get the wins in these types of games?
Well, we kind of leave that to coach, but we just need to keep coming every day. We need to come and take care of Arizona, next week, and just keep getting better every day. Just keep being around each other. Just keep moving, take it with salt and grain. It hurts a little bit, but just keep getting better, and you can't afford to drop one.
So Lindsay, I guess, what do you think?
She coached,
Flag and things, right? I think that we've played some really, really good teams, and you can look at specific things of ways that they were winnable. Stanford's the number 4 team in the country. I think you can measure the way we've gone, and we've made a lot of progress. So we feel confident in games like this. We need to keep winning the games that we feel like we should. We want to put ourselves in the company of the elite programs in the country. I think we've done that, and now we need to take that next step game to game. Knock down free throws when we need to, take advantage of what they're giving us, get critical stops. But that's all part of the process, and we hope we get another opportunity. We know with Stanford we'll get another opportunity to play one of the top 10 teams in the country, and we hope that postseason will give us that opportunity as well.
Layshia and Brittany, what would it have meant to each of you to knock off Stanford down here? They've won 73 in a row at home.
It would have been nice, of course. It would have been great. But I think everything comes with time, and, it comes when it's ready. So I think, like she said, the only thing we would have wanted in the locker room was to be jumping up and down and screaming and, So it would have been good, but, we do play them again, so we'll catch it again.
How about you, Brittany? What do you think?
I feel the same way, I just think it's, I don't even know what to say.
Have you been down here to see
Yeah,
before?
I've never played here before, and it was a really good experience. I would say, and I was shooting around before the game, and I was just looking at their banner, and it's 2000, 2001, 2002, almost 2010, and I'm just like, man, like it would really feel good just to win in here, and that actually kind of motivated me and you could just tell like they had it was just a good atmosphere. I would say.
All right, Brittany, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, you had a great game against a top 5 team, all across the board stats. However, how much pride does it hurt to have 7 turnovers?
That's actually like it really hurts. And I have 4 assists. But the 7 turnovers, some of them were really like, okay, I could have did something better and could have made something. Just pretty much did something better, but I just need to get back in the gym, work on start practicing, and just try to decrease my turnovers. But it hurts.
She's always asking after how many turnovers she had. I think people don't realize just how much of a high standard she sets for herself. And if anything, as her coach, we talk about, hey, next play, don't worry about it, leave it. We know she wants to get better, but body language-wise, hey, get back and do the next thing. The growth that she's made, and it was intentional that I went with a freshman point guard very early, so that we're at this point of the year, and I said, you're the veteran out here in the point guard matchup, right? And so I think that as she continues to say, what can I do better, the sky is the limit, because obviously the talents are special, but I think it's the mentality that sets her apart even more.
Lindsay, is this the best backcourt twosome in the Pac-12?
I think there's a lot of good guards in the Pac-12. Obviously, Tony's really good, and Ashley Corral is very, very difficult to stop. I like our group. I really do. I think that we can do a lot of different things. I think combined with our bigs, man, I wouldn't trade our players for anybody else.
Do you think you should be ranked? Tara thinks you should be ranked.
Well, I appreciate her saying that.
Tell her to talk to them.
You know, I think you asked me this earlier on. I think the voters and stuff, if they really, you know, saw game tape and watched and looked at scores, but I think it's what happens is they look at the records. And there's maybe some teams that are 17-3 or 2 games different. I think our team is competing at a level that puts us with the upper echelon teams in the country, and hopefully that the people that really are concerned about women's basketball care that they take notice. It means more to me that Tara Vanderveer, who just played against us and has watched us on film, says that than people who are just voting and maybe haven't seen us. But I think we just need to keep sticking to our process, winning games, getting better, and then hopefully we'll have the opportunity on the national stage in the tournament to make some wins.
All right, Tara also said this game should have been on TV. Do you agree with her?
Yes. Again, I know that I feel so good about the fact that whatever group is in a room, Larry Scott's always the smartest man in the room. He's done amazing things for our conference already. I think this Pac-12 network next year is going to do so many good things. But the ongoing thing, and Tara can speak to it obviously even better for over the years, is that we're not necessarily showcased enough. And so, yeah, I always feel like they should pick the best games and the best teams and put our best foot forward in terms of what games are on TV.
Any last questions? All right. I do have a couple of notes. You guys are done.